Hi, that's Jack Smith. I'm Kevin Owen, and Jack watches the TV. Apparently, there's this show called Stranger Things, and it's interesting what he was telling me about it just a minute ago. Yeah. What's without spoilers, because don't ruin Stranger Things.
Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that.
What do you see? How does that convey? Why do people like it?
Oh, I think they like it because there's a draw to the supernatural that we have inside of us. That's why people watch Harry Potter. That's why people watch superhero movies, because we know that there's something else out there. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, I think it's ingrained in us because we are part metaphysical and part physical. But in this new season, it's interesting. The bad guy and the character in this season. He takes people over, but he gets them in this trance. But the way he does it is he gets in their head and he starts attacking them and getting them to think about the very worst thing that they've ever done, that maybe they only know about. And he'll start just getting after them and accusing them of this, making them feel extreme guilt and shame. And that's how it all starts. And I thought, man, that's so interesting, because that's what the devil does to a lot of us.
So what the devil does to a lot of us, it's what a lot of us do to ourselves.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as you look at that, how much does it shape your value, your perception of the world? If you are a terrible human being who at one point did this or struggle with that, well, that's going to mess with the whole trajectory of where you go. You're going to live your life according to the value that you think you have.
Yeah. How you view yourself. What lens do you see yourself through? If you see yourself through the worst possible lens of the very worst thing you've ever done, I mean, we're all essentially monsters of some sort. So you're not going to go very far in life, and you're going to view yourself very negatively. It's going to be hard to make it. And I think more or not, we've all probably done more good things than we have bad. So it's even a lens that we're forcing ourselves to look out of, because more than likely the percentage of things that we have done fall on the good side. So why would we look through the other side? It doesn't make any sense to do that.
Even if let's say you have done some pretty crappy things, well, are you capable of forgiving yourself? Are you capable of seeing something other than the worst part of your life or the worst part of your story? As Christians, we look at it and we receive forgiveness from Jesus. There's a story in the Bible where a woman's caught in sin and they bring her to Jesus and they're hoping that he'll be like, yeah, stone her. And what he ends up saying is, person, let he without sin throw the first stone. Now that story would have been vastly different if she was like, man, I guess I deserve to get stoned, and she starts bashing herself in the head. But in that story in the Bible, she's forgiven. Mm-hmm. And then she starts to go and not do it again. It's not stay guilty. There's the old preacher adage, the Satan calls you by your, knows your name, but calls you by your sin. But God knows your sin and calls you by your name. Well, who are you going to allow yourself to be?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a good way to look at it, and a realistic way to look at it, is just take a glance through the Bible at all the people that God decided to use. All of them had sin. Some of them like murder and rape and horrible things. And God decided to still turn these people's lives around and use them. Paul was murdering people, and he used them to write 2/3 of the New Testament. So I've not murdered anybody.
Good job.
Even though I've done a lot of bad things in my life, I can look and say, bad things are almost a prerequisite for God to use you in a great way. So I think that we need to look at ourselves the way God sees us.
Because you've got bad things in your life anyways, but I know a God who changes.